Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm talking all about what social media platforms are going to work best for your business in this video. So if you're trying to build your social media presence, figure out how to use your social media platforms for your business, you have come to the right spot. So if you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. I will be filling the channel with all kinds of tips, tricks, tutorials for small businesses and entrepreneurs like yourself. So feel free to subscribe to be the first to hear or the first to get alerted to all of the future content. All right, so social media content. I kind of categorize them as 4 different types. You have your audio, which would be your podcast, video, which would be your YouTube channels, text, which would be like your blogging, and then the still photos, which is like your IG and your Facebook posts. So you break it down into 4 different ones. You can utilize a mix of them all. You can utilize a mix of a few. You kind of have to figure out where your strong suit is and go and run with that. The way I break down my social media strategy is I choose a primary platform and 2 secondary platforms. My primary platform is going to be my YouTube channel, and my secondary I use Instagram and Facebook. I set my YouTube channel as my primary for one huge reason, and if you haven't heard of evergreen content, definitely it's the way to kind of continue your growth without having to do something over and over and over and over and over again. So evergreen content is just content that is basically doesn't have a shelf life. So if I post a video about social media today, it's still going to be valid next month. It's still going to be valid next year. It has a longer shelf life than a lot of just your daily content posts. All right, so there's 4 other social media platforms that I wanted to kind of just touch base on today. So of course I covered YouTube. It's your videos, it's your tutorials, it's your way to connect and build a relationship with your audience. So the YouTube videos, they're filled with a lot more content. Of course, you can make your videos as long or as short as you want, but it allows for the content that's going to last the longest, and it's also going to give your audience the most information. So you're going to be able to fit in a whole lot more information than you can on IG, TikTok, Facebook. So that's why that's my main, my primary platform, my main focus. Next platform I want to talk about is Instagram. So Instagram's fun because they offer so many different ways to post and showcase the messages that you're trying to send out. So the easiest thing being just your Instagram post. It has a more longevity for your audience than the stories, because of course the stories go away, but you also are trying to capture something with a still photo, which can be a lot harder than it is with a video. Also, even though the longevity on your page, the posts are going to be there, that doesn't mean it's going to circulate into your audience for a long period of time. It would take somebody coming to your page and going through it. So stories is kind of like the next level up with Instagram. So your stories, you're able to capture more, you're able to showcase more, you're able to give a video message that's going to capture people's attention a lot more than text and photo. And now the big thing with Instagram right now is Reels. So if you haven't created a Reel, if you haven't done a Reel, if you've never even heard of a Reel, I definitely highly suggest you look into it, go on your IG account. It's the same place as if you're adding a story, you're adding a post, and play around with it. Reels are nice because it gets out further than the audience that you've already built. So it allows you to bring in more audience. It allows people to see more people can see the reel than can see your stories and posts. So it's just a way to build awareness, build brand awareness, and build your audience in a really cool way. And videos are the thing with social media right now. So if you can kind of perfect the video messaging, you really have a step ahead of a lot of other people. So while we're on to the video talk, I will touch base on TikTok. I will say I focus on my 3 major platforms. I don't do much on TikTok, and I know I probably should. But TikTok is kind of like the same thing as the Instagram Reels. You do a TikTok very well, it will go viral, and it brings people back to you and your brand. The other cool thing about TikTok is it is the same format as the Instagram Reels. So if you do an Instagram Reel, you can actually utilize that and post that on TikTok without having to do twice the work. So you have your Reel, you have your TikTok, it's the same exact file. You just share it to both platforms, and now you're touching in 2 different audience bases. The next social media platform that I wanted to cover was Facebook. Facebook, of course, I think people my age stick to Facebook more. The rest is kind of like a little bit of a learning curve. So the big thing with Facebook, of course, is the still photos. Now you have your stories, you can post your videos, and then giving the text to go with the pictures. The problem with text is you can't always guarantee people are going to read it. So you really have to work on your wording in the beginning to really capture that audience, to get them to read the entire message that you're trying to portray. And if you're not any kind of wordsmith or any blogger or someone who's very good with words, it can be a challenging task to capture people with words. I still like Facebook. I still utilize Facebook, and it's nice because you can use some of the Instagram post content on Facebook because it's a similar size, similar sizing, and you can share the messages in both places. The big thing with Facebook that kind of helps people and gives people a jump ahead is the groups. So once you build an audience, once you have a brand, you can build a group, and it can be an exclusive group. It can be, okay, people who read this ebook, or people who did this, or people who have purchased a product from you. Put them into an exclusive group, and the groups are nice because they're exclusive, because to get into the group you had to have done a certain thing, and that means everybody in that group did that certain thing. So now you're linking like-minded people together, where they can build brand awareness and they can basically discuss, and it's kind of like your group of people. So I create digital products, so I may create a group. Anybody who purchased the Dream Life Planner, this is the Dream Life Planner group, and that way people can talk about, okay, well, when I was doing page 2 of the Dream Life Planner, this kind of held me up. What's your action plan for this? What's this? And it allows, one, it takes some of the pressure off of you, because now your group can answer some questions instead of you having to answer everything. And it's just fun to see how people utilize the knowledge and the facts and the resources that you provide. So groups is a huge thing with Facebook. And if you have Facebook and you haven't taken advantage of it, I definitely recommend it. The last social media platform that I'm going to talk about, which is one that I believe a lot of people sleep on, is Pinterest. Most people use Pinterest just to search, okay, I'm getting engaged, let me look up fall engagement poses. And you think that's all Pinterest is. It is a very strong social media platform for businesses. It allows you to, one, you can do the pins, add your content, you can add your link if you're selling a product under it. You can make cute little flyers to bring attention. They also allow videos now. So now the same IG Reels, the same TikToks, you can use for Pinterest. Just make sure, of course, the sizing is right, and I'll do a video about different sizes for each platform. But use the IG Reels and stuff, and use it on Pinterest. And that way it's bringing content back to, or it's creating content to bring people back to your either products or whatever you're trying to market. Pinterest is great because it's just highly searchable. It's very user friendly. It's very easy to post on. I worked with a client before on their social media needs, and they had never used Pinterest. They didn't even have a business Pinterest account. So first step, we set them up with a business Pinterest account and got pictures posted. They were a photographer. So we got pictures posted, just added a little caption and then linked to the website. That was about 2 years ago. So since then, I'll have to look up what the highest monthly user report was. But since then, I checked recently, and 2 years later, they are still averaging about 50,000 viewers per month, which is incredible. They haven't posted in 2 years, and they're still having that much traffic through their site. Pinterest is another form of evergreen content. It doesn't matter if the engagement picture was 3 years ago. People are still getting engaged that time of year. People are still searching for the poses. People are still searching for white ball gowns. So the content just lasts forever, and it is a great way to bring people back to what you're trying to do. All right, so we covered the 5 major social media platforms: YouTube, IG, Facebook, TikTok, and Pinterest. So like I said, my social media strategy, I have a primary platform, which for me is YouTube. My secondaries are Facebook and IG. If that strategy works for you, please go ahead, take the strategy, use it, make the best of it, build your audience, build your following up, and I just want to see everybody succeed. If that is not your platform, if you don't like being on video, YouTube may not be your top platform to use. So you got to figure out what works for you. Comment below, what social media platforms have you perfected? What social media platforms have you not even touched? And what social media platforms are you going to start using more now that you saw this video? So a few things, there's a few free resources below. If you have not gotten your free Dream Life Planner, there's a link below. Go ahead and click that link. You will get your free Dream Life Planner. It includes a vision board worksheet. It includes action plan worksheet. It's a great way to make this year your best year. Also, if you did not find this video for my free ebook, I'll include a link to the free ebook, 4 ways to make social media work for you, completely free. So go ahead and grab that ebook. It's going to help guide you and give you more information on the social media platforms and what you're going to do, or how to make them kind of work for you and how to make them grow your business. Also, if you love my hoodie, I will also include a link below there, and you can purchase it through that link. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out, and I will see you guys soon.